Hello everyone. Today let's look into quadratic equations, and any expression of this form ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0 is a quadratic equation. So a quadratic equation is normally of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, whereby a, b and c, these are non-numbers, and a is always not equal to 0 and x is our unknown. This is the unknown that we are trying to solve and know its value or its values. In solving quadratic equations, we have three methods. Number one, you can solve either by factorization method, or you can solve by completing the square method, or you can even use the quadratic formula to solve the quadratic equations. And we are going to start with the factorization for today. Let's look into examples. So we have our example 1, which is 6x squared minus 7x minus 3 is equals to 0. And as earlier mentioned, that a quadratic equation is normally of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So from that we can tell that our ax squared is equals to 6x squared, and our plus bx is minus 7x, and our plus c is equals to 3, which is our constant. And then we had said that a, b and c are already known numbers, and we can even see here that our a, the value of our a is 6, the value of our b is negative 7. Please don't forget the negative sign. And the value for c is negative 3. A cannot be equal to 0, otherwise this will not be a quadratic equation. And then x is our unknown, and this is the one that we are going to solve for using the factorization method. So in order to solve this using the factorization method, this is how we proceed. You ask yourself, which two numbers, when I multiply them, let's say m and n, when I multiply them, I should get the value of a multiplied by c. And the same numbers, m and n, when I add them, I should get the value of b. So from our equation, our value of a is 6, our value of c is negative 3. Please don't forget about the negative sign. So when we multiply the two, we get negative 18. This is equals to negative 18, and our b is equals to negative 7. So which two numbers, when I multiply them, I get negative 18, but when I add the same two numbers, I get negative 7. Please think about it in a second. Okay, so our value for m, or either of those two numbers, should be negative 9, and the other one should be 2. When I multiply these two, I get negative 18, but when I add them, when I take minus 9 plus 2, I get negative 7. Then after that, you come and replace those two numbers, the m and n. You insert them here. So we have our 6x. We have our 6x squared minus 7x minus 3 is equals to 0. So we've seen that our m is equals to negative 9, and our n is equals to 2. And either of the two, either m can be negative 9 or n can be negative 9, and the other one can be 2. So long as when you multiply the two, you get negative 18, and when you add the two, you get negative 7. So these two numbers, they are going to replace the negative 7 here. Then the others remain the way they are. We will not have changed anything. We replace now, we are going to remove this negative 7, and then in place we have negative 9 and 2, but they should have x's. So we subtract minus 9, and then we add 2 minus 3 is equals to 0. We haven't changed anything. If I take negative 9 plus 2x, I still get negative 7x. Then now from there, I take this 2 and I take this 2. From the first 2, where we have this small equation, we have 6x squared minus 9x. You ask yourself, what is common between the two? What can you factor out? And then you put into brackets, then the rest inside the brackets. So what is common between these two? What is common is 3x. And then inside, I'll have 2x minus 3. If I remove the brackets and multiply, I'll still get the 6x squared minus 9x. And the same case happens to this other one. What is common between 2x minus 3? What is common there? Don't say that there isn't anything which is common, because what is common between the two is 1. Then we'll have 1, and 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. As you can notice, this one and this one are the same. So we are going to have just one of them, and 3x and 1 forms another one. So we will have 3x plus 1 into brackets, 2x minus 3 into brackets is equals to 0. Now from here, it's easy to get the value of x. We'll have 3x plus 1, 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. So you take one of them, you equate to 0, get the value of x. Come to the second one, equate to 0, get the value of x. So for the first one, plus 1 is equals to 0. Plus 1 is equals to 0. 3x is equals to negative 1 when we take 1 the other side, and our x is equals to negative 1 over 3. Then the other one is 2x minus 3 is equals to 0, and our 2x is equals to plus 3. It becomes a positive. Divide both sides by 2, and our value for x is 3 over 2. Therefore, x1 is equals to negative 1 over 3, while x2 is equals to 3 over 2, or 1 and 1 over 2. And then we're done. Example number 2. 6x squared minus 11x plus 5 is equals to 0. Just the same way as you've done with example number 1, you asked yourself which two numbers, m and n, when I multiply them, I will get the value of a multiplied by c, but when I add them, I get the value of b. From our quadratic equation, a is equals to 6, b is equals to negative 11. Please don't forget about the negative sign. And then c is equals to 5. Okay, so m multiplied by n is equals to m multiplied by c. That is 6 multiplied by 5. That's 30. And m plus n is equals to b, which is negative 11. Which two numbers, when I multiply them, I get 30, but when I add them, I get negative 11. These two numbers should be what? Please let me know. Have you found out? Okay, so either of the numbers is negative 5, negative 6, and the other number is negative 5. If I multiply the two, I will get 30. Negative sign multiplied by another negative sign, it becomes a positive sign, and then 6 multiplied by 5 becomes 30. But when we add the two, negative 6 plus minus 5, you have minus 6 plus minus 5. plus multiplied by minus is minus. So this is like minus 6 minus 5. So it's like you have a debt. You have a debt of 6 shillings and another debt of 5 shillings. How much is the shopkeeper owing you? The person owes you 11, so it's negative 11. That's why when we add, the 2 becomes negative 11. Okay. And therefore, this is 6x minus 11x plus 5 is equals to 0. So we found out that the two values are negative 6 and negative 5, and they are going to replace the negative 11x. So here we will have 6x squared minus 6x minus 5x plus 5 is equals to 0. That one with that one and this with that. What is common between 6x squared and 6x? It's 6x into x minus 1. When I remove the brackets, I'll still get what is up here, 6x squared minus 6x. Then what is common between 5x and 5? What is common is minus 5 into x minus 1. Where do I have a minus here? And up here I have a plus 5. You have to make sure that when you go back, that is removing the brackets, you will get what is up there. Nothing should change. So if I multiply negative 5 multiplied by x, I'll still get negative 5, and then minus 5 multiplied by minus 1. The negative sign multiplies by the negative sign to get a positive sign, and then 5 multiplied by 1 you get 5. As you can notice, these are the same, and therefore that one combines with that one, and we'll have 6x minus 5. And then we take either of them is equals to 0. Equate the first one with 0, get the value of x. Equate the second one with 0, get the value of x. We'll have 6x minus 5 is equals to 0. 6x is equals to, take minus 5 the other side, it becomes a positive 5, and 6. I divide both sides by 6 and here by 6, and the value of x is 5 over 6. The other one is x minus 1. X minus 1 is equals to 0, and our x is equals to 1. Therefore, our value for x1 is equals to 5 over 6. The value for x2 is equals to 1. If you go back and substitute these values into the equations, you should get 0 is equals to 0. If I substitute x1 is equals to 5 over x, so I go to 6x squared, where I have x, I substitute with 5 over x. So I'll have 6 multiplied by 5 over 6 squared minus 11 multiplied by 5 over 6 plus 5. You should get the answer there should be 0, which should be equal to 0. And then again, when you again substitute with 1, where we have our value for x2 is 1, 6 multiplied by x squared, which is 1 squared, then minus 11 multiplied by 1 plus 5 is equals to 0. Please confirm that, but the answer should be correct. Example number 3, 27x squared plus 12x minus 4 is equals to 0. Just the same way, which two numbers when I multiply, I will get 27 multiplied by negative 4, but when I add them, I should get, when I add them, I should get 12. This is equals to what? Is equals to negative 108. So which two numbers when I multiply them, I get negative 108, but when I add them, I get 12. Either of the numbers should be negative 6 while the other one is 18. Negative 6 multiplied by 18 is negative 108, but when I add them, I'll get 12. So again, we come and substitute the negative 6x and 18x where we have the 12x. So this is 27x squared minus 6x plus 18x minus 4 is equals to 0. That goes with that, and this goes with this. What is common? What is common is 3x into 9x minus 2 plus, what is common? 18x and negative 4. What is common is 2, and then 9x minus 2 is equals to 0. We'll have 3x plus 2, 9x minus 2 is equals to 0. Three x plus 2, 9x plus minus 2 is equals to 0. So to get the value of x1, 3x is equals to negative 2 and x is equals to negative 2 over 3. The other one is 9x minus 2 is equals to 0. 9x is equals to 2. X is equals to 2 over 9. Therefore, x1 is equals to negative 2 over 3, while x2 is equals to 2 over 9. And you are done. Thanks. Bye.